What's up everyone, Delta Don here, and June is LGBTQ Pride Month, and I've been getting a request by Marissa May, who says, since it's Pride Month, can you please react to Watchamojo's top 10 most inspirational LGBTQ celebrities? Yes, I certainly can, Marissa, because there are quite a few Hollywood celebrities who have had such a huge impact on the LGBTQ community. Now, I have a pretty good idea of several people who are going to be on this. I'm thinking people like Elton John. This man has inspired millions of people across the world. So, and I'm guessing, let's see, Neil Patrick Harris, and there's so many names. I just cannot wait to see who is on this list. So let's check it out.
Life outside the closet may seem scary, but these celebs are here to prove that it doesn't have to be. Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 inspirational LGBTQ+ celebrities. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we took a look at stars who are outspoken members of the LGBTQ+ community.
Ricky Martin.
Number 10, Frank Ocean.
What inspires me to make music is, I guess I'm just inspired to tell stories, and you gotta make sure the listener is listening to you.
In 2012, Frank Ocean was a rising star, mostly known for his involvement with the hip-hop collective Odd Future when he posted an open letter to his Tumblr page detailing his first experience in love, falling for a male friend. In a genre that's been critiqued for its homophobia, Ocean's admission was significant. Many in the music industry and the hip-hop community accepted him with open arms, including Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and Tyler, the Creator. Although Ocean isn't one to disclose much about his private life, preferring to let his music speak for itself, in 2016, after the Paul's nightclub shootings in Orlando, he wrote an essay detailing his feelings about the attacks and his own experience with homophobia. Number 9, Ian Mckellen.
Oh, yes.
I'm glad you're back.
Such a great actor.
Most people know him for his roles as Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings
and X-Men.
And Magneto in
Yep.
X-Men. But how many fans know that Sir Ian Mckellen is gay?
My brothers. Welcome.
Honestly, probably most of them, unless they've been living in a hobbit hole. Mckellen has been a vocal champion for queer rights ever since he came out publicly in 1988 on a BBC Radio 3 program, and has since participated heavily in a number of
Anderson Cooper.
LGBTQ+ organizations, including co-founding the rights lobby group Stonewall.
Did you find coming out publicly, was there any negative to it for you?
None.
None whatsoever? With your
My
career?
film career took off. I hadn't had one before, really. I've never met a gay person who regrets coming out.
The actor has even said he's been
One of my favorite
reluctant to
English
other
actors.
issues because it would take away from his top priority, ensuring equality for gay people around the world.
There's a long way to go, but...
Well, you've been out in front and you've helped a lot of people.
Number 8, Sam Smith.
He's got such a great voice, I tell you.
This talented crooner was thrust into the spotlight quickly thanks to the success of the song Latch, and pretty much from the get-go, Sam Smith was transparent about his identity as a gay man, coming out publicly in early 2014.
Now, were you at all concerned that, coming out would have a negative impact on your career?
No. Actually, you know what? I was a tiny bit, but at the same time, for me, it's always been about the music.
He hasn't ignored the fact in the years since either, having celebrated a gay wedding in his video for Lay Me Down, and thanked the man who'd broken his heart for helping him win 4 Grammys in 2015.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The man who this record is about, who I fell in love with last year, thank you so much for breaking my heart because you got me 4 Grammys.
Although Smith did earn some flack for mistakenly claiming to be the first openly gay man to win an Oscar, he did dedicate his award to the LGBTQ+ community, making it clear he'll speak out for those who can't be heard. Number 7, Jane Lynch.
Oh yeah.
It was unmistakable. It was like spotting the first spark on the Hindenburg. A quiver.
She played a hard-headed cheerleading coach on Glee,
Glee.
but Jane Lynch is much more timid when she steps away from the camera. In fact, Lynch only came out to her family at the age of 31, though she had known she was gay since she was a child.
When I heard there was a word for it, I was about 12. And someone was talking about boys walking down the beach together in Florida, holding hands in some part of Florida. And they're gay. And I went, oh, inside, I'm the girl version of that.
The comedian says she's grateful to lesbian figureheads like Ellen DeGeneres and Rosie O'Donnell, who paved the way for her relatively painless coming out. But she's also said that she no longer feels there's a prejudice against queer people in Hollywood. That's that's a positive message for closeted youths everywhere.
It does get better. And it got better for me.
Number 6, Ricky Martin.
Oh, that song takes me back.
After Living La Vida Loca launched Ricky's crossover career in 1999, this Puerto Rican megastar amassed a significant gay following. But it wasn't until 2010 that he acknowledged his orientation in a post on his website, saying, "I am proud to say that I am a fortunate homosexual man. I am very blessed to be who I am." Ever since, Martin has been an outspoken supporter of gay rights and marriage equality. For example, he's delivered poignant speeches at the GLAAD Awards and the United Nations Homophobia Conference, and was vocal in his support of gay marriage in his native Puerto Rico prior to its legalization in 2015.
It took me a minute to come out, but when I did, it felt incredible.
Number 5, Ellen Page.
Now,
Elliot
there it
Page now.
is. That little pink plus sign is so unholy.
Such an amazing
This
film.
Canadian actress rose to fame playing a pregnant teen in the 2007 movie Juno, and for her first years in the spotlight was private about her sexuality. However, in a
Love
speech
Juno.
at a Human Rights Campaign conference in Las Vegas in 2014, Page opened up about being a lesbian.
If we took just 5 minutes to recognize each other's beauty instead of attacking each other for our differences, that's not hard. It's really an easier and better way to live. And ultimately, it saves lives.
She said she chose to come out because she believed she could make a difference in other individuals' struggle for acceptance. She hasn't veiled her identity since then, starring in the lesbian drama Freeheld opposite Julianne Moore, going public with her relationship with surfer Samantha Thomas, and traveling the world to explore LGBTQ plus culture on a global scale with her documentary series Gaycation.
We're in DC. We're here to explore what people's plans are for the next 4 years.
Number 4, Laverne Cox.
I'd like to report an emergency.
She's
Best
great on
known
that
for
show.
Sophia on the Netflix series Orange is the New Black, Cox is a serious inspiration for trans individuals everywhere.
I'm finally who I'm supposed to be. Do you understand? I can't go back.
She's been a trailblazer in many ways. For example, in 2010, she became the first African-American transgender person to produce and star in their own reality show with the makeover series Transform Me. And in 2014, she not only became the first openly transgender person to appear on the cover of Time magazine, but also the first openly gay trans person to be nominated for an acting Emmy. And through it all, Cox has worked hard to educate the public about trans rights as well as the trans experience.
At the end of the day, we have to highlight the humanity of trans people and lift up trans people's stories. It's been very frustrating for me to watch commentary about this without actual trans people being present, and that's why I wanted to be here today to add trans voices to this conversation.
Number 3, Neil Patrick Harris.
Ah,
See
yes.
that girl? Oh yeah, you just know she likes it dirty.
He may be known for playing womanizer Barney Stinson on How I Met Your Mother, but
Yep.
in real life, this triple threat performer appears to be one of the sweetest people you could ever meet.
Did Marshall give me the signal? No!
He came out to the public as a gay man in 2006 and confirmed his relationship with David Burtka soon after, with the couple marrying since the Marriage Equality Act was passed and going on to raise an adorable family together. Talk about hashtag relationship goals.
Congratulations. You
Yep.
and David are together, what, more than 10 years?
More than 10 years.
Today's show's been around since 1952.
7 or 8 of those 10.
Wow.
And
Anyway.
it wasn't legal to get married in our state until recently.
NPH supports many charitable organizations, from the Elton John AIDS Foundation to the Trevor Project. But perhaps his most inspirational contribution is the wide array of roles he takes on, proving you don't have to be typecast.
He was
based on
great
your
in that
sexuality.
series.
I want to talk to you about something.
Number 2, Ellen DeGeneres.
Ah, yes.
to be wearing this today.
This comedian already had many fans thanks to her self-titled sitcom, but in 1997, she was propelled even further into the public eye when the character came out to her therapist, played by Oprah.
Why was it necessary for you to come out, tell the public? Why was it necessary for the character to do so?
Because it's okay.
Ellen then mirrored this in real life by coming out live on the Oprah Winfrey Show. She immediately became the first openly lesbian actress to portray a lesbian character on TV, and has received numerous accolades for her trailblazing.
And so if by standing up for what I think is right makes me an activist, I'm an activist.
DeGeneres' activism didn't stop with her own story, however. She
Right.
consistently addresses LGBTQ plus issues on her show, continues to support gay rights with her wife Portia de Rossi, and in 2016 she was awarded for her activism with the Presidential Medal of
Barack
Freedom.
Obama.
Before we unveil our topic, here are a few
Oh
honorable
yeah,
mentions.
who is this guy?
I know that embracing all of our identities is the way to thrive and to overcome the limitations and prejudices that surround us.
Well, I didn't tell anybody that I was going to do it, so nobody had.
Oh, Zachary Quinto.
Oh, they didn't. You just did.
I just did it without nobody in my life knew. Nobody professionally or personally knew.
And I want us to be one person. I want us to be unified. I don't want us to keep being segregated.
Number 1, Elton John.
Here we go. I was wondering when they'd have him on here.
When it comes to LGBTQ plus issues achieving mainstream acceptance, Elton John is a monumental figure. Initially coming out as bisexual in 1976 and ultimately revealing he was comfortable being gay in 1988 after divorcing his wife, Sir Elton finally married his longtime partner David Furnish in 2005. Offering his fervent support of same-sex marriage in the UK, John said the ability to call someone your husband instead of your partner makes a great difference. He's also spoken out against Russia's LGBT propaganda law.
And you would say to him what?
I said, come on, this is not, gay people are not the problem here. They are not the problem of the world. The world faces much bigger problems.
What's more, the Tiny Dancer
He's
singer
not wrong.
has been destigmatizing and has been raising funds for AIDS since he founded the Elton John AIDS Foundation in the early 90s after the disease claimed his friend Freddie Mercury.
The stigma hasn't really
Oh,
changed
yeah,
that
Freddie
much
Mercury.
in 31 years. You're still getting people. It's a shame-based disease. It's based on sexual transmission.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Ms. Mojo.
That was a enjoyable video. I could tell this video is a little outdated though, because recently Ellen Page became Elliot Page. So I'm wondering, let's see, when was this? Here we go. I knew it. October 2nd, 2017. So yeah, so 3.5 years. It's outdated video, but it did show us some very hugely inspirational people in this, especially let's see. One of the biggest was Ian Mckellen. All of these are people who have shown that they can have the ability to pursue what they want in life. Despite any prejudices, any bigotry that they've surely faced in their lives. They've been able to overcome that and really pursue what they want, and really aren't afraid to speak their minds. I truly admire them for that. Now, I did read a story about a month ago about one individual mentioned in this, Ruby Rose, about when she came out as a child. She was apparently attacked in school, had hit with chairs, and ended up in the hospital. And I'm just for being different from others. And I'm just thinking, I hate hearing stuff like that. I'm just hope that she's been able to overcome any trauma she had suffered from that. And that can't be easy. Now, as far as homosexuality, I even though I am heterosexual, I'm attracted to women. That's just how I've always been. I don't see homosexuals or bisexuals, any of the people of different sexual orientations. I don't view them differently than I do anyone else. I feel like they're still human beings like I am. As long as you've got a good heart and a good soul, you're cool with me. Because I actually, I don't think I never mentioned this online before, but I actually did lose a friend who was a homosexual. It was about a decade ago. I was at university, and he was his name was Spencer. He was an RA of mine. He played a huge role in getting all the freshmen settled in at the university. Very helpful. He was just the kind of go-to guy that you can count on. It was always like to stop in and play some Xbox. We loved playing GTA together. One of the biggest things he was teaching people is to never look at anyone as less of a human being just because they're different from others. And he really inspired a lot of people. Almost about a year after he was done being an RA, he actually died from a gun accident. He was, I don't know, I was told that he had his gun pointed down when he was cleaning it, I think, and the gun discharged and went into an artery in his leg, and he bled to death. That was one of the hardest times I ever had at the university, because I always viewed Spencer as just this awesome guy. I never ever judged him just because he had a different sexual orientation. He was an awesome person to hang out with, and he was my friend. And even to this day, I have a hard time believing he's gone. And whenever I look at stories about how when people are just treated badly just because they're different from others, I mean, that's just a pain that I know too well. It's something I've had to deal with my entire life just because I was born with autism. More specifically, Asperger's syndrome and savant syndrome. And especially in junior high, when I was treated badly by not only other students, but also a handful of educators. You know, people who just wanted to label me as a monster just because I was different. So I understand what it's like to be treated badly just because you're different. Bigotry is just one of the biggest things that I've fought against my entire life. So to those of you who were mistreated because of sexual orientation or race or disability, I know your pain all too well. And you should always stay true to who you are. And I support you and I respect you for who you are. You're not any less of a human being to me just because you're different. Everybody in the world is different. We should be respecting one another and not, targeting or mistreating or thinking poorly of one another just because we have different viewpoints or different lifestyles. None of it should matter. As long as you got a good heart and a good soul, then you have my respect. So, hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to the top 10 most inspirational LGBTQ celebrities. Hit that like button if you did, subscribe to my channel for more videos, and if you have any suggestions for what I should check out in the future, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!